Hi, everyone. This is Jennifer from Tarle Speech. Welcome to Lunchtime Live. And today I am going to be talking about the TH sound. I've been getting a lot of requests to redo some of my videos on how to pronounce different sounds. And so I'm going to do that today. Before I get started, I just want to make sure that you can all hear me okay. I'm going to test my sound here. Okay, I think you can all hear me. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Let me add this and show you what we're going to be doing today. So we are going to be talking about the TH sound. We have two TH sounds in English. We have the voiced TH and we have the voiceless TH. These sounds are made exactly the same way in your mouth, and the only difference is going to be voicing. So let's talk about that first. What is voicing? If you put your hand right here on your throat and you say, ah, you can feel that vibration. That is your voice box or your larynx, and that is vibrating and making sound. If you say the P sound, your voice box is not vibrating. But if you say the B sound, ba 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 ba, your voice box is on and vibrating. So that's voicing. It can be off, like for the P sound, or on, b, like for the B sound. Okay, so TH is kind of a difficult sound for a lot of my students. The good news is that oftentimes if you don't say the TH sound, people are still going to understand you. And that's what it's really all about, is just being clear and just being understood. This is not about perfection. I mean, you can go for perfection if you want, but again, it's about being clear and effective in your communication. Some of the mistakes that I hear are people will say T or D because you touch your teeth with your tongue by accident. Sometimes I hear S or a Z. Sometimes I hear F or V. So you hear so many different things. So let's talk about exactly how you make this sound. All right. So let's start with the voiceless TH sound. Your voice is going to be off and it is not, your throat is not going to be vibrating. Your lips are going to be relaxed. So I'm going to explain this first, and then I'm going to go full screen so that you can actually see my mouth as well. My tongue is going to be out of my mouth, and the tip of my tongue is not touching my teeth. If you are a native English speaker and you are being so kind as to help a friend or a family member learn how to say this sound, your tongue may actually touch the sides of your teeth. And that's okay because you're really good at making this sound. But if you're a new learner to this sound, or this sound is not in your native language, you're really going to want to focus on not touching your tongue to your teeth. That's going to be very, very helpful. The airflow is going to continue to move out of your mouth, and you should feel it on your hand. You can feel that air hitting your hand. Okay, so let me go full screen, and I'm going to show you several ways what this looks like. Okay. So again, my lips are just open and they're relaxed. I'm going to stick the tip of my tongue out of my mouth. You can see there's a little cup there. I am really focusing on not touching the sides of my tongue to my teeth either, on purpose, because I don't want to mispronounce this by stopping all of that air and touching my teeth. So again, I'm sticking my tongue out. I have a small little cup in my tongue, and the air is just going to continually move out of my mouth over my tongue for that TH sound. Okay, I'm going to say it several times for you. Here we go. So we have and then to the side. So, okay. Now we also have the voiced TH sound. Your mouth is doing exactly the same thing. Here's the difference. Your voice box is going to turn on. It's going to be on and moving. This voiced TH sound is a little bit difficult, or more difficult, I should say, for some of my students, because when your voice box starts moving, you get tension in your throat. That tension is also in your tongue. So sometimes it's hard to keep the tongue out of the mouth. Okay, so let's get our mouth in the position for that TH and then turn the voice box on. You can see it's super tiny, that little spot, that little cup in my tongue there. It's just enough for that air to keep moving out of my mouth. So let's look at that again. Okay. If you accidentally close all of that air off, close all of the air from coming out of your mouth, that is going to sound like a T or a D sound. And we don't want to do that. If you accidentally keep your tongue too far in your mouth, it's going to sound like an S or a Z. Z. And if your lips are a little too tense and you're touching your teeth to your lips, it's going to sound like a F or a V. Okay, so again, we want or V. Okay, excellent. All right. So let's share this again. So that's the voiceless TH. And I put the phonetic symbol there for you. I always tell my students, you really don't need to learn the phonetic symbols. If you do, I do think it is helpful, but I think for so many of my students, they spend so much time on that they're not even worried about practicing their sounds or working on their sounds. So just make sure that you're doing what's going to get you the most bang for your buck and the biggest outcome. And that's actually practicing and saying the sounds. Also, I've noticed, I've had several students ask me some questions. If you Google certain words or if you look at certain dictionaries, they're going more to phonetic spelling, which is how the word should be spelled versus sometimes how it is spelled and how the word sounds phonetically instead of using phonetic symbols. So they're actually using real letters from the alphabet, not just the symbols. And this is the symbol for the voiced TH sound. And that sound, again, is a little bit stronger because you have your voice box on and moving. With spelling, this sound is spelled with a T and an H. 2 letters, only one sound. So again, 2 letters, 1 sound for that TH. This is technically called a digraph. You don't really need to know that, but that's what it is. So for both TH sounds, the or the th, they're technically spelled, they're most of the time spelled with that T and the H. There is no symbol to tell you if it's voiced or not. That being said, in my experience, most people don't confuse the voicing. So if it's a voiced TH sound, most people will say Z, which is a voiced sound, as opposed to if it's the voiceless TH sound, they'll say the S. So the voicing is usually correct. It's usually the tongue placement or the lip placement that is wrong. All right. So let me go ahead to the chat to make sure that we don't have any questions. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you. I'm glad my videos are helpful. I will answer some questions at the end. I see a couple of things on how to say certain words. We can do that at the end. And hello. And I am waving as well. I do have my pink on because it is Valentine's Day tomorrow. So I'm trying to be a little festive here. Okay. Hi, Roberto. Good to see you. Okay. So now let's jump right into some practice. So first of all, I'm going to show my face with the words so that you can see the words. Then I'm going to remove the words and just say a few of them so you can just see my mouth. All right. So we have thin, thank, think, thigh, thought, athlete, author, within, without, anything, bath, mouth, growth, truth, path. All right. Actually, I changed my mind. I think I'm going to leave these words up here because you can see my face enough while the words are up there. So I'm going to say the word and then you all repeat at home. Here we go. Thin, thank, think, thigh, thought, athlete, author, within, without, anything, bath, mouth, growth, truth, path. If you're new to this, give yourself some grace. This takes a while to get used to sticking your tongue out of your mouth and making sure there's space there so the air can keep moving out. So again, go slowly. And if you see when I was saying each word, and I'll give you an example again, I'm opening my mouth slightly before I move to that next sound so I don't accidentally touch my teeth. So let's watch that again. Thin, athlete, bath. All right, let's move on to the voiced TH sound. This sound is less common. That being said, we use this sound in very high frequency words. So practicing and mastering a lot of these high frequency words will give you a lot of bang for your buck. It's going to make you sound clearer. It's going to help you sound a lot of times maybe a little more confident. And so really practice these. It's going to be very helpful. Okay, I'm going to say all of the words and you can just watch. Than, them, this, these, they, mother, gather, rather, worthy, soothing, bathe, breathe, smooth, seethe, loathe. You can see those words at the end. We don't have very many common words with that voiced TH. That voiced TH at the end of the word is even difficult for native speakers. And oftentimes they'll devoice it a little bit, meaning their voice box is on, making that vowel sound a little bit longer, and then they kind of shut it off at the end. So you might hear that too. All right, let's repeat after me for practice. Than, them, this, these, they, mother, gather, rather, worthy, soothing, bathe, breathe, smooth, seethe, loathe. Okay, how'd you do? I bet you all did great. Let's keep going. We have some sentence practice. Again, you know the drill. I'll say the sentence, you listen, and then I'll say it again and you repeat. Okay? Thelma thinks her thighs are thin. Thelma thinks her thighs are thin. Without the author's support, the athlete wrote within his abilities. Without the author's support, the athlete wrote within his abilities. The truth is that I don't want to give my kid a bath. The truth is that I don't want to give my kid a bath. And now for some voiced TH practice. These are better than this, and those are better than that. These are better than this, and those are better than that. My mother and father would rather gather with my brother. My mother and father would rather gather with my brother. Deep breathing is rather soothing. Deep breathing is rather soothing. And for a tongue twister, 3 thin thieves thought 1,000 thoughts. If 3 thin thieves thought 1,000 thoughts, how many thoughts did each thief think? Okay, I'm going to read it again. Really take your time. These are really, really hard. So just go slowly and go for perfect THs. All right. Let's do one line at a time. 3 thin thieves thought 1,000 thoughts. If 3 thin thieves thought 1,000 thoughts, how many thoughts did each thief think? Three thin thieves thought 1,000 thoughts. If 3 thin thieves thought 1,000 thoughts, how many thoughts did each thief think? And let's do this one more time. 3 thin thieves thought 1,000 thoughts. If 3 thin thieves thought 1,000 thoughts, how many thoughts did each thief think? Okay, how did you all do? I betcha you all did a great job. Okay, so a little housekeeping before we go into questions. Please let me know in the chat right now or in the comments section of the video once it's posted or at all of my socials. And all of my socials are at Tarle Speech. I'm going to put that in the chat. I am on Instagram. I am on Facebook. I am on LinkedIn. I am on YouTube. I am on TikTok. You can reach me at my socials there at Tarle Speech. Let me know what you thought about this. Did you like the format? Do you like the live nature of it? Did you think there was too much chit chat, not enough description? What did you think about the practice? I would love to hear your thoughts. My plan is to keep these sessions going on sounds and to get through all of the sounds that we use in English by June. That's my goal. I don't know if you're with me or not. Let me know if you're going to be with me in the chat. I also plan to post these to my podcast, which you can find wherever you get your podcasts. And all of that information is also in my link tree that I always have in every description of my videos. I'm going to be posting it as a podcast as well. So many of you want to practice in the car, and this is just so much easier to practice along with this as well. Okay, so let me know your thoughts. If you're also looking for help, I do have individual practice pages for both TH sounds, the voice TH and the voiceless TH. Those are available on Google Play, Google Books, the iTunes Store, which you can use those on your Mac, on your iPhone, and on your iPad. I also have them available on Kobo and on Teachers Pay Teachers. You do not have to be a teacher to use Teachers Pay Teachers. It's just a way for me to deliver the content to you. And they're also available on Teespring, which is connected to YouTube. So you can get all of my products there. I do sell them that way because it's just easier for you, the end user, to download the ebook packages from a third party. Okay. Alrighty then. Let's go ahead and look at these questions. All right. All right. So we have a question. Pool and good. All right. So good. Let's start with that one. For the G sound, G, tip of the tongue is down, back of the tongue is pulled high up. The D, touch the tip of the tongue to the back of the top front teeth. That's the easy part. For that short O sound, that sound that we hear in could, should, would, and book, your lips are going to be slightly rounded. There's no pucker. They're slightly rounded. And the back of the tongue is going to be pulled up. Good. It's not ooh, ooh, ooh. It's and it's not So my mouth is not completely relaxed. It's not good. It's not completely puckered and tense. It's not good. It's in the middle, slightly rounded. Good, good, good. Pool. You are going to round your lips more. Pool. But then they're going to pull back your lips so that you can retract them into more of a smiling shape to say that L sound. So pool and good. Pool, good. Pool, good. These are really difficult. There are also variations. So for instance, the word pool that you swim in and pull, when you pull something, people actually pronounce those kind of the same way in many places. So this gets a little confusing, but technically that's the difference. Ooh for pool and for good. The confusing part is they're both spelled with that O. All right, I hope that helped. Let me know if you have more questions before we're finished. I am doing well. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you now know about a digraph. We have more digraphs. WH is another one where we say a W or an H. We don't really say two sounds there. CH is another digraph. Ch, two letters, one sound. Okay, were, I'm going to put this in the chat, is W-er. Were. And the other word that you're asking about is war. And war like you wore a vest because it's cold today, are both pronounced W or. So we have were and war, were, war, were, war. Okay, so you can see it's almost like my lips kind of double pucker there for war because I'm going for that or, where on that or sound my lips pucker more. So were you going to the mall because you didn't have anything that you wore to the party? That didn't make any sense, but you get it. So were and wore. All right, I hope that helped. Yes, that tongue twister was a challenge for sure. Okay, Jano, you're killing me today. I love this. You're the most beautiful teacher I've ever seen. You are so sweet and you are making my day. We all have a new cold in my house, so I'm not feeling my best today, but we're all on the mend and it's nothing serious, just a little bit of a cold, which is like ridiculous because I feel like we just had one. What's the sound of TH? So just like I've been, I don't know if you got here a little bit later, Ali, but the TH sound can be one of two. It can be, which is softer, or with the voicing that is harder. All right. Anything else? Okay, some things are coming in. Okay. Water. I have a trick for you. Okay. Think of it as it's spelled this way. Water, water. So with that water, 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 water. I teach that flap T, that D sound, as just a fast D instead of a flap T, because that gets really confusing. So that T in water is technically a flap T. Just think about pronouncing it as a D, and that's going to help you. Okay. Water, water, water. All right. Anyone else before we jump off here? I'm so proud of myself. I kept to my time. So again, please let me know your thoughts. I really, really appreciate it. You can check out my link tree. It has all of my socials if you want to leave me a message there. It has all of my products and where you can find them. It has all of my class options and my website. And again, I'm going to post here at the end of the class the products for TH that you can get on different sites for eBooks. And those eBooks come with practice PDF pages and audio that's embedded. So you just click on it and you play it, which is really, really great. And yeah, watch the session again. It's going to be posted to YouTube. And I'm also going to post it to my podcast. So check out all of that information. I'll list it below. Another question just popped up. Yes, we do often drop the T after an N sound. I hate to say that it's regional because oftentimes there's so much, like people move all over. And so I'm finding that things are sort of blurring these days. And so, yes, it is slightly regional to drop that T after the end, but I'm hearing it more and more. And how'd you pronounce itted? I'm not quite sure when I would use that word. I can't think of a reason. It with apostrophe D. Give me an example sentence and I'll help you out. I'm not sure if that T after the end is used in British or Indian English. I'm sorry, I can't help you. If anyone here speaks Indian or British English, can help out with that, drop that in the chat. All right, everybody. I think that's it. I appreciate all of you. Oh, I forgot. I was live streaming this not only to YouTube today. I didn't announce it because I wasn't sure how this was going to go, but also to Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter. So fingers crossed that everything went well. Let me know if you watched me on a different platform and how that went. And thank you so much. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone, and good luck practicing your THs and just your overall clear communication. Take care, everyone. Thanks.